Hey, Channel Islands Harbor, welcome back to the Harbor Pod, your weekly update straight from our home.
Glad you're with us again. We're bringing you the most important news from our Channel Islands harbor.
We gather everything for you. It's your easy update from locals for locals.
So today's mission, we're going to go a little deeper. We'll look back at the last 7 days, so since November 9th, and then look ahead through the 22nd.
Okay.
But we really want to focus on how the big infrastructure projects are, shaping the future here for everyone.
Okay, let's unpack this. So let's start with a look back, maybe what's happening today, Sunday the 16th. What are those reliable weekend activities we can count on?
Exactly. The big one is the Channel Islands Harbor Farmers Market. It was going strong last Sunday.
The 9th, yeah.
And it is absolutely open again today. It's that reliable waterside shopping over at Marine Emporium Landing.
Right, from about 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's kind of the Sunday staple, isn't it? Rain or shine.
For sure.
And what about getting out and about? Wheel Fun Rentals, they're still in their off-season schedule.
They are. So Saturdays and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. over at Hook's Landing if you want to grab a bike or a Surrey.
Good to know. And the Maritime Museum is open today too, right?
It is. Noon to 4 p.m. today. And just a reminder for everyone, their schedule is Thursday through Monday.
Okay.
But what's really interesting, is that enjoying all of this is tied directly to something the community has been working on for years.
You mean water quality?
I mean water quality.
Yeah.
The Channel Islands Neighborhood Council has been pushing so hard on this with officials, especially since the power plant shut down.
And we have seen real results. I saw that metric, that 78% of the days so far in 2025.
Yeah.
Kitty Beach has met those super strict body contact, water quality standards. That's not just a number.
No, it's huge. It means it's demonstrably safer to swim, to paddleboard, to actually use the water. That stewardship makes a real difference.
It really does. And I guess achieving that kind of quality is pretty crucial for all the new development that's happening.
That's the perfect connection. It supports everything else. It has to be clean for these bigger projects to make sense.
Okay, so let's get into those projects. Shifting gears a bit. Let's start with the Bahia Yacht Marina replacement.
This one is big.
Yeah.
It's been underway since late February of this year. And it is way more than just a renovation.
It's a full modernization.
It's a strategic modernization. They're taking out 84 old slips and putting in 91 new ones. But the key thing here is the size.
Okay.
The new slips will range from 38 feet all the way up to 131 feet in length.
131 feet. Wow. That seems like a fundamental shift. Is that just catching up with demand, or is it trying to change who comes to the harbor?
It's a definite pivot to the high end.
Yeah.
When you accommodate vessels that large, you're attracting a totally different boater.
Which means more revenue.
Dramatically more revenue.
Yeah.
And it positions the harbor as a place that can service those kinds of, super yachts. It's a deliberate economic move.
And what about the actual docks? They're a floating concrete system. What does that mean for us, practically?
It just means durability.
Yep.
That's the industry standard now. It's stable, low maintenance, and it can support all the upgraded power and utilities those bigger boats need.
So when do we think this will all be finished?
The target is sometime in December of this year, or maybe early January 2026. It all depends on the weather, of course.
Of course. Okay, now here's a project I find really interesting on the environmental side of things. The new playground at Harborview Park.
Yes. So the Harbor Department is in that pre-construction phase.
Sorting out permits with the city of Oxnard.
Exactly. And that permitting process, which sounds kind of boring, is actually where the big environmental win is.
How so?
Because of the materials. The department is required to use stuff like engineered wood fiber for the ground surface.
And what are they not allowed to use? That's the key part, isn't it?
That is the key. They explicitly cannot use things like waste tires or those little synthetic rubber granules, EPDM or TPV.
Why is that distinction so important for the harbor?
It's all about microplastics. Those little rubber bits, they break down in the sun.
And then they wash right into the harbor.
They wash right into the water, leaching chemicals and plastic debris. So by banning them, they're protecting that water quality we just talked about. It makes the playground safe for kids and for the marine ecosystem.
That puts a whole new light on a playground project. Okay, so from parks to people, let's look at the hotel and residential updates. The Hyatt House Hotel.
Right. So the pilings for that went in way back in January of this year.
So what's the status now?
Now it's the less visible work. The developer is refining the building plans and, more importantly, securing the funding,
The money part.
the money part, for the 210-room hotel and that 5,000-square-foot restaurant that goes with it.
And you have to wonder, right? A 210-room hotel right there. How does that impact the local spots we all love?
Like Mrs. Olson's Coffee Hut.
A favorite since 1974. Or the Lookout right there. Does a big new hotel help them, or does it change the whole vibe?
That's the classic tension, isn't it? Balancing the new with the local character. But it's not just visitors, it's new residents, too, with the North Shore at Mandalay Bay project.
The 292-unit residential project, what's the latest there?
The developer, Heritage, has been focused on what they call horizontal infrastructure.
Okay, break that down for us. What does horizontal infrastructure actually mean?
It's all the foundational stuff you don't see. Grading the land, putting in all the sewer lines, the water access, drainage systems. It's the heavy, disruptive work that has to happen first.
And in a place like the harbor, getting that right is critical for runoff and water management.
It's essential. But the good news for the whole community is that the final plan also includes public access.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, new public bike and walking paths along the Edison Canal, so the new development won't just be a private wall.
That's really good to hear.
And, all these projects just highlight that this isn't just a tourist spot.
No, it's a working harbor. I think it's the 5th largest small craft recreational harbor in the state, right?
It is. Which means we have these incredible resources right here, right now.
And as we look into the next week, November 17th through the 22nd, the weather looks like it's going to cooperate.
It really does. The forecast is perfect for getting out there.
Yeah, I was looking at it for the Channel Islands beach area. Wednesday the 19th, mostly sunny, high around 68.
Nice.
Thursday warms up to about 71, plenty of sun. And then Friday the 21st looks just beautiful, sunny with a high of 75.
That midweek window is just begging you to get out on the water.
For sure. Maybe launch kayak or a paddleboard from Hobie Beach. It's such an easy spot.
It's perfect for that. And you can support those local businesses that are the heart of the working harbor, like Channel Islands, Sport Fishing, and Hooks.
Both locally owned. And it's a good time to remember that whale watching season is right around the corner.
It is. Starts in December, usually runs through April. So that's something to look forward to.
And we also have the Channel Islands Boating Center for Education, supporting students and residents. You can even volunteer to help with their fleet.
That's a great way to get involved.
And you can't talk about the working harbor without mentioning the real local staple.
Spud nuts.
Spudnuts at Fisherman's Wharf. Open from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
For the early morning fishing trips.
Exactly. So when you put it all together, I mean, the harbor's future is being shaped right now.
It really is, by these big capital investments and these important environmental actions.
You've got the Bahia Marina project moving forward for bigger boats, the playground setting a new environmental standard, and the hotel and housing projects laying their groundwork.
And you can still enjoy everything right now. The market is open today, the museum is open, and that forecast for the week is just fantastic.
So to bring it all together, consider how the harbor's identity is being forged by all this. We have this push for high-end luxury, those 131-foot slips.
Right, but at the same time, there's this really deep commitment to the environment, like we see with the playground materials. It's a balancing act.
So what new opportunities will all these changes unlock in the next few months? How will it all affect the feel, the accessibility of our harbor?
That's the real question.
Okay, let's unpack this. Until next time, keep enjoying our beautiful Channel Islands harbor.
This raises an important question. What part of the harbor's development, the economic growth, or the environmental protection are you watching most closely? We'll see you next week.